Hello, long time no speak to. Now, I'll be honest with you, part of the reason for that has been I've literally not been in the mood. Where everything that's going on in the world, sometimes you get to a point and you just think, where is the point? Anyway, so today I'm doing a sort of follow-up reading to, I think, the reading I did a couple of months ago. I'll link it into the video using the Z 108 cards by Kimberly Aria and Debbie Dubois. We're going to use the cards again just to see what's going on, where we're going, and see what we can look forward to for the next couple of months. Now, the reading that I'll link brought out the Death card, and my instinct is that that reading was relating to what is happening now. So based on that, I feel the need to do a follow-up reading to see, one, if this gives us any timescale that we're looking at. Two, obviously guidance as to how we navigate these times without getting overloaded, as I will clearly admit I have been the past couple of weeks. Just feeling like whatever's going on in the collective, the larger scale of the earth, I just feel really impacted by it, which is something that I didn't expect I would be. But I do feel that, you know, this unfortunately has affected a lot of people, and not directly in the countries that are, you know, really affected, but energy wise, I think there's a lot of us out there who are more sensitive to the energy of what's going on, and watching what else is happening in terms of people facing the justice for things that they have done previously, and just hoping that we're getting to a point where they do have to face accountability, and also that we are able to come together and also create the new future that the astrology is indicating that we are coming into at this moment. Because at the moment, I can tell you, I'm struggling to see it myself. Anyway, let's just see. Oh, I've got cards upside down. Let's see, is that just one? Yeah, okay. Let's just see if we can get some cards pulled out. Right. Okay, hopefully this is going to knock him down pretty quick. So what we're doing is we're just going to pull cards. Question being, what is coming up for us in the next couple of months? Okay, and again, as I said, because I'm using astrology cards, I am hoping that the zodiac signs that are indicated on here might actually give us a time frame in which things will be happening. Now, I did check with my pendant. There is a possibility that we will be pulling more cards in a short while from the Mystic Black Rose deck. So we'll see what happens there, and I've just forgotten which cards I need to get rid of. Nothing new. Okay. I would also take this opportunity, although I know the majority of you aren't here for the cards, but I've hit 500 subscribers, mainly thanks to the cat. I was going to say Carly did for a couple of minutes look like she was going to come and stick her face in here while we were doing this. I think she's thought better of it. But again, I would like to thank you for your subscribing, for your likes, for the comments, and again, I'm hoping that this reading gives you some guidance as to where we're going, what is going to be happening. I mean, sometimes what I get in my head is the words trust the process. So, you know, sometimes discomfort is something we have to go through to get to the better side of things. So, yeah. Okay, right, so we got 3 cards, nice and short. Right, okay, what we got? Okay, is there an order? Okay, first card, anchor card for the time, or energy as of now. Okay, next card. Okay, right, let's go in there. Outcome. Okay, right, there we go, got our cards. Let's read and see what we get. Interesting. Very interesting, actually. Right, okay. Now, I'm debating. Do I need to pull these cards first? Does this give us more of an answer? Okay, right. Let's do this first. I'm doing this because if those cards are in that order, I'm not quite sure I want to end up with Broken Hearted being a reading. I'm kind of hoping that the card that's come out, I don't think you can quite see it. Okay, this was the last card that comes out. I'm not going into the other ones just yet. Broken Hearted. Heartbreak, interference, sorrow, grief, funk, sadness. Yeah. That's not really the way I'm kind of hoping things are going. So I'm going to pull the Dark Rose cards and see if this will give us any more readings or information as to, okay, why are we ending up with a broken heart? Is this us or is this others? Is this us or is this others? Right, let's just see. I always say you get the reading you have to hear, not what you want to hear. And at the moment, I'm kind of, oh, you would. Right, okay. So it's indicating that there's one in each of these. Right, okay, these are going to sit there. Get those back out the way, spread out a bit more. Oh, okay, all right. So, if any of you follow, well, I've advertised them before. Obviously, I have a fascination with astrology. If any of you follow Steve Judd and Penny Thornton, obviously you will be aware that in about 2 weeks, there is the Amadant retreat, which I am going to. And hopefully while I'm there, I'll do a couple of small videos just so you can see what's going on. should be good. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to connecting with the Amadan guys. I think quite a few from last year are going again. And looking forward to using it as a bit of a break. Get really connected with the astrology again. Right, in the meantime, please provide greater detail as to what is going on with these cards. Why are we looking at heartbreak? Okay, so we've got those three. You might have quite a few cards. It's done it the other way around this time. Right, what do we need? Why are we looking at heartbreak? Okay, that's those. And let's see, is there an order? Any order? Read all together? Okay, we'll do that. Right, okay, we're flipping. Okay, right, so the first card that came out, this is the energy that apparently we're at now: humanitarian, generosity, nobility, balance, calm life, communication, compassion, unselfish, alleviate suffering, benefactor, care for others, humane, helpful, ethical. It has 9 and it has the symbol for Aquarius. Now Aquarius is just gone. It's an interesting card. I've asked what's going on at the moment. All of this doesn't seem to be going on. So here's what I'm going to do. I've got a question in mind. Okay, with the 3 cards at the above, okay, right, so is this what the collective would like to see happen? Okay, now are these 2 about the people in power? So basically, is it indicating that the alliances that appear to be there are going to end up in heartbreak? Okay, right, there we go. Right, that makes more sense. So where we want to be right now is we want to be 9 Aquarius. We're all sitting here going, we want to find the balance between the 2 sides. Again, it's the word balance. If you watch a lot of my readings, the word that comes out all the time is balance. This is us, the majority. Well, I'd like to say it's the majority of us. We want to get away from this aggression. We want to get away from the hatred. We want to be able to help others. Genuinely help others, create the new world based on the energy of being generous, having noble, calm life, good communications, compassionate, humane, ethical. This is us. Now, this is why I asked. This is the energy. I tried to stay away from politics, but this reading's gone politics, okay? This is what we're kind of seeing at the moment, okay? 2 of Gemini. Twins, which is an interesting lineup as to the two two forces at play at the moment. I'm just going to drop that down a bit because I think it's getting a bit too shiny. Okay, so rings, contracts, agreements, bonds, strong, connections, union, partner, counterpart, lovers, telepathy, like-minded people, committed partner, engaged, interconnected, soulmate. Now, this is more to do with people having information on each other. This is having, again, another one of my readings. This is the energy of the puppeteer and the storyteller. Working together to create a narrative that they want to play. Not what anyone else is interested in, what they want to play. Okay? They have an agreement. But the majority can see what that agreement actually is. They're not interested in being dragged into any conflicts. That's where the majority are. Now, the only thing I can hope is that this 3 of Gemini, broken heart, these agreements, these contracts, not going to turn out the way they want. So, broken heart, heartbreak, interference, sorrow, grief, funk, sadness, mourning, distress, let down, gloomy, hopelessness, regret, crisis, unhappy, hurt, bitter. Yeah, we all know someone who's very bitter. Devastated, emotional pain. This is what their actions are at the moment bringing to a lot of people. But hopefully, hold on, let me just ask this. So, in terms of what's going on in the world, are these the ones that are causing the problem that they're going to face? Well, hopefully, yes. So, this is what they're facing. And I think what it's going to be is, I think that their lines are they're running out of options, or they are going to run out of options, and I think information is now going to start coming out that should make it indefensible for the power to stay within those areas. Okay, so bottled up. Okay, so again, is this how they're feeling at the moment? Okay, foresight. So it says a few days to weeks, few months. So which one is it that we will see an end to what is currently going on? Is it going to be a few days, a few weeks, a few months? Okay, I'm going to ask again because you're supposed to indicate. All right. Okay. Can you tell me how long the conflict is going to go on for? Yes. Okay. So is it a few days? Is it a few weeks? Is it a few months? Okay. Now, ghost, is this again in terms of the conflict that is going on? Are these the people involved? Is this where it's going to go for them? Okay. All right. Is this where we want to be? Or is this what we are, the others are going to be working on? Okay. And with this, is this that we as a collective need to watch out for the signs? Is the number 11 significant? Is this the number of countries that are going to come together? Interesting. Okay, I'll go with that. You've seen it here first. Right, so that's generally the reading. These are the other cards that I pulled because obviously I wasn't clear on how that is. Right, so bottled up. Illusions. Keeping things inside, not opening up, deception. This is very clearly what is happening at the moment. This is an attempt, and it's interesting that that's kind of like a naked body. This is an attempt to deceive and redirect from information that has been coming out. This is redacted files. It's illusions. So, in terms of what the conflicts that are going on at the moment, okay, foresight, it's in the future, a few days to weeks, possibly not. It's looking more like it's going to be a good couple of weeks to a few months before anything moves forward. Okay, that is what the pendulum's indicated. So again, I would say I'm going to say more a few months than a few weeks. Now, the ghost card. This goes for these two guys. So, leaving behind, disappearing, cold, no contact. We've got a couple of months of interest in astrology. We will be leaving behind the past. We can't change that. However, what I'm hoping this card is indicating is that those that have caused the drama are going to find out that they're going to be disappearing. That they're going to be pushed out. That hopefully there are going to be enough people with a backbone who are going to stand up and say no more. Because we are at a time of dangerous energies. Now, the last two cards, I think these are indicating to international players. I think with the lack of support that has been shown, this is what's going to happen. Others are going to step up with a proposal. They're going to be committed. They're going to make an offer. They're taking things to the next level, new level, to find a new way of doing things. Because we can't keep on going through the same old patterns. And one of the things I will say is the reason what is happening right now is not working is because of social media, the internet. These are all things that were only coming to being the last time this all happened. It wasn't so widespread across the globe. And this is why this also indicates where people who are giving loyalty to these ones are trying to buy media groups so that they can control the narrative, they can control the information that is put out. So hopefully, with these guys coming in, there's going to be some who are going to turn around and say, not in my name. And use and realise that we need to make sure our media is unbiased, because there's good and bad in both sides. Now the last card, okay, the number 11 could be significant. I'm just saying, I'm not entirely sure. Interesting. It's got Leo on there as well. Okay. Meanings, repeated numbers, synchronicities. Okay. Astrologically wise, I think by watching the best astrologers out there, as I said, Steve Judd, Penny Thornton, Pam Gregory, Heather Ensworth is another one who's great to watch. There's Adam Ellenbass as well. But I think we're at a time where we need to start watching out for the signs. I find it interesting that this has the sign of Leo indicated, especially where it says 29th of Leo. Very bottom, you can just see it, it's not very clear. Now the reason I say that is that I know two of the major players at the moment on this planet in this conflict have Mars at the same degree at the end of Leo. Now, both of these guys have been implicated previously that they should have been taken to court or held responsible for. The reason that their plans are not working out as well as they want is because people are fully aware of what is going on. And the best thing that I can say is, although it doesn't look like it at the moment, I think and I hope that, as Steve Judd usually says, the time of the dinosaurs the ones that want to take us back to 1940s, and I'm sorry, it is the 1940s. I think it's time for them to pack up and get out of town. Okay, that's the ghost. This is what they will be. We'll be leaving them behind. They'll be disappearing. Oh, okay, that's what I wanted to happen. Let's see what we get out. Interesting. Okay, so I had to do a couple more cards. I wanted to use the psychic reading cards just because they were sitting in front of me and they called. Right, so the first one we get is number 30, Spirit Guides. I think there is a lot of wisdom to come out of here. I think our spirit guides are going to step in. I keep looking at the top one especially. In the tribes of America. The Hopi prophecies. And what I'm hoping with that is that these are going to step forward and we're going to start to be able to communicate better. So, doorways. Number 11. He sons number 11. Seriously? Seriously, okay. We're at a point where we can open a new doorway to a new future. That we can change the timeline we're on and get it to where it needs to be. And if we can, got number 16 there, hearts. Happier times. Be more connected to our hearts. Becoming more compassionate. At the end of the day, we are part of this earth. We don't own the earth. We are visitors. And we need to learn and appreciate that it is more important to us and it should not be owned. What I'd say for us, though, is the important thing is that we need to watch the signs. We need to raise our vibration as a collective so that we can get this proposal for balance back to where it is. The funny thing is that we've got these two rings, okay? This one I feel is connected to the aggressors on this planet at the moment. This one, I get the impression that this is a brand new offer. This is the new path. And there are people who are willing to step up and do this. I will say, I'm going to be honest and say I don't think it's going to be an easy couple of months. I think if you're very empathic, you probably are going to be affected by what is happening. I think it's important that we remember to go out, connect with the earth, go hug a tree, go for a walk in nature, go and stand in the wind and the rain. Let it just clear off this negative energy that is going around. And we need to start manifesting a positive outcome for what's happening. I will keep my faith that this is only going to be for the next couple of months. I know July and August there are changes in planetary aspects that hopefully will bring a conclusion, but we need to use our skills of manifesting to make sure this is one that brings the new beginning to get us through the doorway that we are given the option to walk through and get on to the higher path. We need to get rid of the hate and the division. And just remember, for those who are using the division, who are stirring up the hatred, more times than not, they are doing that for money. I'll say it again. Judas was paid 30 coins of silver to betray. Remember when the leaders let the temple be used for selling goods. We are more than money. This planet is more than just deposits of essential crystals, minerals, fossil fuels. Maybe it is time that we go back to simpler ways. Or hopefully we're at a point where people who know the knowledge of free energy decide to step up and bring it forward, so that we don't have to, and we can kiss these guys goodbye. We can divorce ourselves from the needs that these people are trying to use as leverage, not for us, for themselves. And if you want proof of that, just check out how much their bank balances have gone up in the past 2 years. And then ask yourself, who's benefiting from this? Because it ain't the majority. Thank you for listening if you've stayed this long. Again, I appreciate your support. If anyone has a reading that you would like me to read on, although I have been steering clear of politics, maybe I need to do more. Thank you for listening. Have a good day. And hopefully I will see you soon, and I will get back into a habit of doing more readings for you.